Today I'm at Nong Nooch Gardens here in Pattaya, but first I'm going to take you through the car collection here because it is an insane car collection, and then in my other video I will show you the gardens. Let's go. Unimogs are just amazing vehicles, super off-road capable construction vehicles and also just for expedition use. And of course right next to it we've got a Suzuki, I think it's a Samurai, definitely a Samurai. It's been lifted. Don't see very many of these floating around. And a Jeep here that's kind of got a baby Hummer look. I'm loving this thing. I have no idea what this thing is behind me. It's a llama or something. I'm 5'11", which I think is about 2 kilometers tall. And this thing is absolutely ginormous. So here we are in the first room of the car collection here at Nong Nooch Gardens. And there's so many amazing cars here. But I think the first thing we should start with is right here in the middle, the Serg. The Serg is an off-road amphibious vehicle that is built in Russia. It is made to go anywhere and is one of the most capable off-roaders in the world. I know you guys have heard me say that before, but this vehicle can literally go anywhere in the swamps, water, any kind of terrain. These tires are inflatable and they can be deflated to go on water or onto mud or rocks. And they each carry their own compressor. So this thing will float and it can go anywhere. Plus, this trailer that's right behind it will allow you to carry stuff, although I don't think I'd want the trailer. Ever since I was a little kid, I've absolutely loved cars. When I was 6 years old, I told my mom that I wanted a padlock. And when she asked me why, I told her that I wanted it for the gate onto the courtyard of cars that I was going to have someday. While I never got that courtyard, I have owned a little over 60 cars throughout my life. Many of them I just bought and sold. And I just have an infinity and just such a love for vehicles in general. Got like a Radical GTP car, and Radical is actually the name. I'm not calling it Radical. I believe a Polaris Razor. There's quite a few interesting things in here. I'm really digging this little dune buggy over here. Pretty cool. Another Radical over here, the yellow. These are race cars, but I think these might be street legal. No, they're not. An Expo, also pretty cool. We've got a Lotus Exige here. These are really cool. I used to own a Lotus Elise, and these are wonderful cars. Really kind of tough to get in and out of when the roof is on, but so much fun. Mustang. Pretty hard to find Mustangs here in Thailand, so that's pretty cool. And you gotta have a Nissan Skyline GTR Godzilla in your collection if you're gonna have a car collection. A Dodge Ram in Thailand. This is ridiculously rare, and it's not just any Dodge Ram. It is the SRT with the Viper V10 in it. Pretty dang cool. And my God, is this really a Ford Raptor Ranger? I mean, a F-150 Raptor? I don't think so. No, it is an F-150 Raptor. Wow. This is a Smart Car Switchblade, and it is not a custom. The roof has not been cut off. Smart actually made them like this, and they were sold for a limited time. Kind of an interesting little vehicle. You're definitely going to have to wear a helmet when you drive it on the street. What a crazy looking monster. And there is actually a video of it climbing a hill. Check this out. Ariel is now making an off-road vehicle. They started with the Ariel Atom, which was an amazing street car, kind of built on the Lotus 7 premise. But this is the Nomad, and it is made for off-road. There's quite a few gold foil wrapped cars here. And this right here, this is a Lotus 33R. It's really meant as a track car. I would absolutely love to drive this. Lotuses are some of the best handling cars in the world. Colin Chapman was an amazing engineer, and he built some of the most spectacular cars ever. Yes, I'm definitely a bit of a car nerd. I'm not a specialist in any one make or any genre of vehicles. I know just a little bit about a lot of different cars to kind of get my way through talking about them. So hope you enjoy me just showing you what's in this collection and talking about it. I don't understand why this is here. This is a Plymouth Prowler, and well, let's just say it's not one of my favorite designs. A lot of these cars and these tinfoil colors remind me of the Majorette toys from the 80s. They did a lot of toys in this color, and it's really cool. No idea what this blue car is. It looks like a Lotus Super 7, but it's definitely not. And over here is the Vanderhall. This is built, I believe, in California. It's a three-wheeler, two wheels in the front, one in the back. I don't remember what kind of engine it uses, but it's definitely a unique design. This poor little Mini has been chopped up. Look at this thing. It's already a small car to begin with, but it has been shortened, and now it's probably, I don't know, 2-3 meters long at most, which isn't very long. The H1 Hummers are becoming pretty rare in America, and to see two of them here, that's very amazing to have Hummers here in Thailand. But I'm very happy to see them here. I can't imagine driving one of these things on Thai roads because they are ridiculously wide. Moving on from the Hummers, I definitely feel like I'm back in Texas. This truck is giant. I would love to drive this through Thai roads. It would probably terrorize people because it is so tall, but you know, all those pesky motorbikes would definitely get out of your way. This is a YSR 50, tiny little bike, but very, very quick. And these were extremely popular with people who rode them, modified them. I believe these came out sometime in the late 80s and early 90s, and they're very fast. And right next to them, we've got a personal off-road vehicle with tracks. Not sure what the heck this thing is, but it looks pretty interesting. Obviously, we've got this Toyota FJ over here. We've got an international truck, and we've got another Unimog. But you have to see what's hiding next to the Unimog. It is something quite unique, something you don't see often and most people would ignore here. This is a Bond Bug. It is a three-wheel car made in England. And one of the reasons it's three-wheel is to avoid certain road tax use in England. And yes, as always, I'm lost, but right now I'm walking under an elephant and yeah, that. So I'm trying to find the second car museum here in the Nong Nooch Gardens. This place is incredible. You'll see my video about it shortly as well, because I'm making two different videos while I'm here. One about the cars and one about the gardens. They are magnificent. Lots of, well, they're not donkeys, zebras, I don't know, but yeah, I'm kind of a jackass. But look, I found car collection number 2. We're finally here. You rarely see a Ford GT. Finding a Ford GT here in Thailand is extremely rare. Don't forget, there is a huge import tax. You cannot import used cars, so this is truly a rarity. This is a Morgan three-wheeler, and as the name suggests, it is a three-wheeler. 2 wheels up front, 1 in the back. They were made starting, I believe, 1948, and they are still made to this day. I've actually seen these cars race, and they are fun little cars. Not the fastest, but really fun to watch them race. Next to it, we have a Morgan Plus 4. This is a bit more modern car, but these were also started to be manufactured in the 1950s, and they're still making them today. It's a British manufacturer, and you can still buy a brand new Morgan, and I'm sure you could still buy a Morgan three-wheeler because they have started them up again. This Mitsubishi Evo, this is just amazing. One of the great Group A rally cars next to the Subaru WRX. I want it. I know, I want every car there is, but this is definitely something I would love to have. I just got to meet the gentleman that is the caretaker of this collection. He's been taking care of these cars here for the last 12 years. And he said that the gentleman that started this collection originally drove a lot, and they've actually got a track out back where they can take some of these cars out and drive them. That would be just so amazing. But he said that the gentleman that owns this collection, as well as the gardens here, is getting older and he no longer drives them. But man, this is the kind of job I want. I would love to be a caretaker of vehicles like this. What's really amazing is that there is a microcar collection. This is a weird cut down Henkel. This is actually, I don't think this is a real Henkel microcar, but that is pretty cool. We've got a few other ones here. I'm not sure what these guys are. There's a Boo Boo over there. Boo Boo, yes, it really says Boo Boo on it. So that is a Boo Boo if you want to drive a Boo Boo. And yet another car. I'm not sure what all these cute Persian cats have to do with the cars, but they are here. So if you like cats, you have cats and cars. Instead of cars and coffee, it's cars and cats. I don't know. In the other room, I mentioned Ariel because there was an Ariel Nomad. Well, here is the Ariel Atom. This is a road-going car. It is super lightweight, typically fitted with a Honda Type R motor, but you can get many different power plants in it. Ridiculously quick because it is so light, and it's just basically an exoskeleton with an engine. Another one of my all-time favorite rally cars, the Subaru WRX STI. And this is what's referred to as the blob eye just because of the size and shape of the headlights. But love Subarus, and this is really cool, especially in these colors. I know some really weird cars, but I have never seen this little Renault. I have no idea what this thing is. If any of you guys do, let me know in the comments below. The Argo 6x6 is a legendary amphibious vehicle. Yes, this will go in the water, it will go on land, it will go in snow, mud, etc. Yes, there's a little engine out back so you can go fishing in it. We've got another beautiful Subaru STI, and this is an Eagle Eye. I actually had one of these cars, had it for about a year. Super fun to drive, but man, it was too fast, too easy to go too fast, so I sold it to buy something else. Another Lotus Elise or Exige over here. This red car is a Lotus Esprit, and if you're a James Bond fan, you might remember this from one of his movies, especially it was white, and they turned it into a submarine so he could go underwater. This magnificent piece here is a KTM Expo. I think this is a beautiful car, very rugged, and definitely just made for speed, not for looks. And rounding out this side, a Porsche 996, Honda Civic Type R. We've got a Corvette, which is very rare to find here in Thailand for sure. And over here is what I think is an Ultima R, which is, I think this is road legal, but definitely used for track. What do you guys think so far? Have you seen any cars you really like? Let me know in the comments below. I am loving this place, and oh my God, you got to see what I just stumbled across here. Look at this Cadillac DeVille, this Fleetwood. This is probably right around 1988, 89. This thing has been chrome plated. What in the heck? I have very fond memories of cars like this. My friend's parents, when I was in high school, they had two of these, and it's like riding inside of a giant spaceship. I mean, it's just such a huge car, so comfortable. Memories, man. Cars for me bring back some of the best memories from childhood. You might think that I'm sick, but I've always loved Renaults. This is a Renault Sport Spider, and this is a Renault I've never owned. Extremely cool. And then we come to what I think is probably the saddest Lotus that has ever been made, and this is the Lotus Elan. It is front wheel drive. Boo. Okay, now we've got some really interesting stuff here. Over here, this yellow and lime green car, these are T-Rexes, also three-wheelers, rear engine, very unique vehicles. Definitely have seen quite a few of these in the US, but again, these are vehicles you just don't see here in Thailand. At least I haven't seen any of them. Over here we have something really unique. This is the Gibbs Quad Ski, and as the name might suggest, this vehicle is capable of going in the water and off-road. It is huge though. If you compare it to the old Mini, you can see just how big it is. It's bigger than the original Mini Cooper. One of my all-time favorite cars that I ever got to drive was a Lotus Super 7. Back in high school, my friends' parents had a bunch of cars. We used to autocross and race them, and I got to drive their Lotus Super 7 on a track a few times, and we used to go out in town and drive it everywhere and just take off much larger cars, because this thing is extremely light, weighs about half a ton, and it's got about 150 horsepower, super fast. But the handling on this vehicle, that's where it really gets you. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour here. This car collection, I'll put the location down in the description below. It's right here at Nong Nooch Gardens in Pattaya, so you can see the gardens and come see this car collection. And I'm definitely gonna put up the video about the gardens because I'm making that while I'm here as well. So guys, take a look at some of my other videos. Hope you enjoy them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. As always, until next time, please don't forget to take care of yourselves. Bye guys.